So in terms of our opening speaker, let me tell you a little bit about him. His name is Brandon T. Adams. He's a serial entrepreneur owning a stake in a number of businesses that span the United States. He's a co-host and one of 2 executive producers of Ambitious Adventures, an Emmy-nominated reality television program focusing on the compelling stories of young entrepreneurs around the country. He's the associate producer and the youngest entrepreneur featured in the movie Think and Grow Rich, The Legacy, which is based off the book that we all love, Think and Grow Rich. And that book has actually sold over 130 million copies, and he was a big part of that movie. Brandon and his team at Accelerate Media Group work with high-profile clients like Kevin Harrington, John Lee Dumas, Think Rich Films, X Prize, and more. Brandon is also an advisor for ShipChain, which recently raised $30 million in their ICO. This year, Brandon and his fiancée, Samantha Rosen, have dedicated the entire year to redefining the means of success through the inspiring stories of entrepreneurs in different cities across the country. They've been documenting their journey with their TV show, Success in Your City. Their team consists of executive producers Jeff Hoffman, who's the co-founder of Priceline.com, and Kevin Harrington, which you guys probably remember him. He's one of the original sharks on Shark Tank. And a five-time Emmy Award-winning team. The show is projected to release to a large audience in early 2019. And our team actually had the pleasure and the honor of being blessed as being the chosen entrepreneur for giving back to our city in Austin. So we're really excited to show you what that's about and give you a little sneak peek.
A lot of my perspective comes from traveling. That you can do a lot with a little or nothing. If the city, if Boston was my office, this was my penthouse.
What do you mean your penthouse?
When I was building the orchestra, during the day, I would have meetings with billionaires, and then every night, I was actually homeless.
I think success is everything. It's meeting your goals.
Success is getting everything you want.
I feel like I'm continuously asking that question, what is success? We see success in different forms. In every city, I feel like it's different.
We're putting ourselves in these situations where we're learning to live other people's lifestyles. People that have incredible stories to redefine what success is. 1, 2, 3. Life by design, not by default.
Family's important to me because it's really that battery recharger.
It's what you go home to, for the people that are there always.
20 bucks says I can beat you.
Time to pay up.
Life is most enjoyed when we give our lives away for the joy of others. And we can actually increase our own enjoyment of something when we share it with others.
I don't know what's going on individually, but I can say personally that I believe in each and every one of you.
Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. I was a 2-time All-Star. I played 7 years in the major leagues, but I'm not that guy anymore. I thought baseball was my thing, but I want to help people find their voice so they could be a hero in their own way.
You've got it right here, right? You've been there up to the top of the mountain. You got it in your heart. Are you ready to go?
Cheers.
We're here to shatter the old meaning of success.
What are you doubting me for then?
I'm not doubting. There's many obstacles.
Are you crazy?
But we always take away something.
We have one goal. To define what it means to be a success.
1, 2, 3.
In work, in life, and in love.
Ooh, is that what I think it is?
Yep.
Let's get a large, loud round of applause for Brandon T. Adams.
How's everybody doing? Yeah. Hey, Ricky Kane, the Kane team, they've done an amazing job here. Let's all give them a round of applause. Come on. I had to get my Insta story in as I walked up. We're going to talk a little bit about video today and talk about how it can help you in your business. So I want to ask you this question. What is success? What does success mean to you? Everybody has their own version of success. And I want you to think about, as I speak today, go through the story, go through how you can market your business, build your brand, get more leads, but also how you can tell your story and use it for the better good. I want you to think about what success means to you. You know, success is many different things for other people. For what success is to you, maybe not what success is to you, for what success is to you. We all have our own version, and that's what we've learned. We went to Scottsdale, Arizona, Shea Hillenbrand. Who in here knows Shea Hillenbrand? Yes? Who in here is a Red Sox fan? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Shea played for the Red Sox. He played for the Dodgers. He played for multiple teams. He was a two-time All-Star, and he ended up leaving the game and becoming a speaker. But for Shea, success is knowing your identity so you can help others find a voice. And then Ricky and Cody K, the Kane team. They have done so much, and I'm going to share about how they've been able to build a team, how they've been able to give back. But success to them is using their resources to give back, to help other people. This guy, David France, is giving your life away for the joy of others. Giving your life away to help other people. My beautiful fiance, Samantha Rosine, is being truly happy with who you are and what you're doing. I know, I gotta sit here and watch this for a second because she is damn good looking. Kevin Harrington, our executive producer, being able to spend time on whatever you want and doing whatever you want all the time. Having the control of freedom for whatever you want to do. Myself is mastering your craft and using your talents, your God-given talents, to help as many people as possible. And then for success, for my fiance and I, is being to help other people find their own success. So again, what does success mean to you? It's different for everybody else, as we're going to go through today, but I want you to keep thinking about what success means to you, because over my journey, I'm 28 years old. At 28 years old, I'm lucky enough to know what success has meant to me, and I didn't always know that. And it changes as we age. It changes as we develop as a human being. But what is success for you now? And once you know that, it'll help you drive your future. So, who in here is from Iowa? Raise your hand. Crickets. Braden Green, I know you're from Iowa. Yes. But no, I'm from Iowa, from a small town of 700 people. Wasn't exactly the best networking area or place to thrive, but I'm from a small town in Iowa. I grew up selling ice for a living. Yes, you can actually make money selling ice. People laugh at me. I remember once in college, a girl said, "When are you going to get a real job?" I said, "You can actually make money selling frozen water." So that was where my beginning of entrepreneurship was, selling ice. And then I actually sold real estate. Yeah. Who in here remembers their first sale? Yes. That experience was good, wasn't it? Was it a family member? Some of you, it wasn't so good. My first few sales were basically family members, people that felt bad for me. I didn't know what I was doing back then, but yes, I sold real estate for a while. I tried multiple things. I was even an inventor. I invented this product called Arctic Stick. You can Google Arctic Stick later, don't do it now, and you can find some random things on me pitching and being on USA Today and pitching at Shark Tank Casting Call and doing all these crazy things. And that was one of the things that I pursued. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've tried multiple things. And where things change for me, and this is where I'm going to go into where you can learn how to build your brand, get more leads in real estate, and tell your story. So in the last leg of funding for doing Arctic Stick, I had to raise some more money. It was about $26,000 to be exact. I had to raise for tooling to mass produce a product. I turned to crowdfunding, which they have Kickstarter, Indiegogo.com, and I turned to crowdfunding to raise money for my invention. Well, during that process, I saw a problem. There were a lot of people out there, and as entrepreneurs, as we see problems, we want to solve them. I saw the problem of people didn't know how to raise money, and I wanted to solve that problem. So crowdfunding was my thing. That was the one thing that I wanted to pursue. So before I get into this story, there's 2 books that if you haven't read, you should go and read. Who in here hasn't read Think and Grow Rich? Okay, raise them high. I'm going to point you out right now. When you get home, I want you to go buy the book. I want you to read it. And I promise you, if you read that book, it will change your life. Another book. If you have not read The One Thing by Gary Keller, do not raise your hand. Because if you have not read that book, Gary Keller is not going to be happy with you. Who in here who's read that book? Yes. Good. I got to say, if you didn't raise your hand, you better go home and read that right away. So the one thing, the one takeaway obviously out of that was, what is your one thing every day? When you wake up, what's the one thing you're going to accomplish? Your week, what are you going to accomplish? What is your one thing in life? For you, it's real estate. It's building your team. It's getting more sales. It's helping more people. What is your one thing? My one thing during this time span 4 years ago was to become the best in the crowdfunding industry. And what I'm about to share with you is how you can become the best in the real estate industry. It's how I've built my brand, how I've been able to get on podcast shows, create my own TV show, be able to find opportunities most people dream of, because I applied these things. So how to build your brand and influence to get bigger results. I'm going to go through, I have this acronym BRAND. B is for books and blogs, R is for recording video, A is for audio, speaking, N is networking, and D is deliver value. If you have your camera phone, take a picture of that. We'll go through it. Okay, the power, whoa. No, I'm just messing with you. All right, get your picture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the power of a book. Who in here wrote a book? No? Man, whoever wrote a book in here, you guys are killing it. So here's the thing. Try to imagine you don't sell real estate. Try to imagine you don't sell real estate. If you were looking for somebody to buy or to sell your home for you, would you pick the agent that has a book or the agent that hasn't wrote a book? Which one? Has a book. It's credibility. You don't even have to write about real estate. You could write about your story. We all have a story. Some people are like, I haven't learned enough. No, we all have a story to tell. Write a book. A book can help you build your brand and make you that recognizable person. Blogs. Who in here is blogging? Blogging? Yes? Yes? Who in here has got sales from doing blogs? Yes. Smart. It's putting it out there. We live in an age where there's so much content out there. Google. There's Google. The Google. When you put things out there and you put enough stuff out there, what happens over time is people come across it. Maybe you're writing about real estate or writing about how to get a sale or find a buyer or what to look for. When you write about this, you're putting out content, you're adding value to the audience, and they'll go to you versus your competition because you're adding value. Recording video content, my favorite. My favorite. Who in here is doing Facebook Lives? Yeah! Give me a hell yeah. Who in here has got a sale in the last month from a Facebook Live? Yes, yes. Facebook Live is a game changer. It was 2 years ago when I started coaching Keller Williams agents, and the first thing I said is, press that damn button, press play, record it, and talk about what you do. Heck, show what you do at home. When you go into a showing, show the house. Literally, these are things that some of you probably know, oh, that's simple. If you aren't doing this, this stuff works. I was talking to the Monahan group. They just had an $800,000 listing. Shout out to the Monahans. Yes, right there. Sorry, I didn't see him from here. So they got an $800,000 listing because he pressed play and he did a Facebook Live. It works. This stuff works. I'll mention 4 or 5 more times. Facebook Lives will change your life in this business. Okay, if you want to take it to the next level, who in here has their own videographer that they use on a regular basis? Raise your hand. Yes. Yes. So you can start with your phone. You don't have to start with the camera. I got a Canon 70D over there recording me. I record everything that I do. And I built up to having an Emmy award-winning crew that follows us around, and we film literally about everything that we do. But when I started with the iPhone. You just have to start, but if you want to take it to the next level, I'm telling you right now, if you spent $30,000 to $40,000 a year, and I don't know what market you're from or what your listing price is, but I can tell you it just takes a couple houses to pay for that. And video right now is the #1 investment you can use. I've learned so much in video. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in video, and it pays itself back. Video is what got me to be a part of the book or the movie Think and Grow Rich: The Legacy. Who's read Think and Grow Rich? 130 million copies sold. I got to be a part of that movie and be in that movie. That's the conversation piece. It happened because somebody saw me on a Facebook Live. This isn't even BS. Invest in video. Okay, podcasting. Who has a podcast show? Yes? No? Who wants to start a podcast show? Yes? Okay. Podcasting is a very powerful thing. And it doesn't even have to be about real estate. It could just be about interviewing different successful people. What happens is when you build your own audience, when you build an audience, you have people that will buy from you. People that will tell, referrals. This is how it works. Somebody's listening to your podcast show and, oh, hey, you know this guy named Jack? He's got this real estate show I've been listening to. It's really good. They tell their friend and they're like, oh, I'm looking to sell a house. I'm going to go to Jack. Podcasting. Speaking, just like I'm doing right here. Who puts on regular events, something like what Ricky Kane's doing? Yes? So doing events is powerful. Literally, I started doing events back in 2015. It completely changed my business because I became the networker. I met people, and that was what literally launched me. I first started by going to events. I remember when I first started going to events, people would always make excuses. I couldn't go to an event. They're like, oh, I can't make it. I can't afford the ticket, or I can't travel. I once did a 9-day trip to LA for less than $800. I slept in my truck every night. I had canned food, and on the good nights, I had a $5 footlong. Who can relate to that? Who slept in their vehicle? Yes, you got to do what you got to do to have success. Yeah. So networking. This is a fun little picture. I love showing this because this is an event I put on. If you look closely, you'll see the world's most dangerous man in there, Ken Shamrock. Don't ask me how, well, I got him on my stage because I had him come on my podcast show. But anyways, Ken Shamrock's on there. We got Kevin Harrington, real estate shark of Shark Tank, Jeff Hoffman, a self-made billionaire, and a couple guys in the back that are drinking tequila. But yes, yeah, round of applause for that, right? So this was a networking event that literally changed my life back in 2016. It was a catapult for me. And this is what, by the way, what I'm going to share with you right now was what changed everything for me. And for you, think about who you're going to connect with tonight. You're talking with people, right? You're having conversations. And these people could become, well, who knows, your significant other one day if you're not taken. They could become a business partner, a potential business relationship. It turns into a sale. You don't know. This guy right here, this guy, Greg Roulette. Greg Roulette came to my event and he said, hey, Brennan, at the end, I had talked about crowdfunding. He said, I have this show I do in Orlando, Florida, and this was in Iowa. I'm from Iowa. So he said, I have this show, and I would like you to fly down to Orlando on your own dime and spend a day with me and film a course. And in my mind, if you ever read the book, Outwitting the Devil, you have the negative side of you. I'm like, oh, I got to go there on my own dime. I had to go all the way to Florida. I got so much to do. But I had taught myself, anytime I had the negative thoughts or the laziness, I said, screw it, I'm going to do it. So I went down. I'm glad I did. That resulted in me going on to co-host a TV show with him, which ended up winning an Emmy nomination that airs on Amazon Prime, Facebook Watch, Entrepreneur Network, and has been seen by millions of entrepreneurs. Why? Because I took action. I followed up. So who are you talking to today that you need to follow up on? Who is that person that you're having a conversation with who you should follow up? So when you fly home tomorrow or the next day, make sure you get on your email, get on your phone, and connect to that person you had a conversation with. Because if you don't do it within 48 hours, they will not remember you. Follow up. Deliver value. So one thing I took away from Think and Grow Rich is become a person of value. And you should know this as real estate agents. I know they drive this into you for Keller Williams. When you become a person of value, when you add so much value to people, they can't ignore you. Everyone. Life is about adding value. So add value to your potential clients. Add value to your teammates. When you add value to them, they'll come back to you. This is some pictures of some influencers. How I started my career was I added value to influential people. I made them a lot of money. They listened. And because of that, I got to work with the best of the best. And once you work with people like that were on Shark Tank or people that are seen by millions of people or have the top podcast show in the world, they'll tell their world. They'll literally tell everybody. And then you can say what you want to charge. You call the price and you get it. So this is where I'm going to transition. So all this, I did these things to build my brand. All things that you can apply today. If you just pick one of them, it'll work. I became the king of crowdfunding. I became one of the best. I got to work with X Prize, who's literally changing the world. I got to work with influencers. I got to raise last year with a company, within a year, we raised $30 million. I got to work with the best. And I had this moment in my life, I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? I think we all have that moment like, hey, I want to make a lot of money with real estate, but I want to give back. And that for me is when I decided I want to redefine the meaning of success. And that's why I ask you, what does success mean to you? It's always changing. You know, we have this one life to live. So what's it going to be? One day when we die, what are people going to look back on? What is success to you? So through stories, my beautiful fiance and I, we were in Puerto Rico for her birthday about a little over a year ago. Yeah, give me a round of applause for my beautiful fiance. Yeah, she's my why and she is my success. So what we did is we said, yeah, let's go travel the country. I said, let's film a TV show. And we did it. So we started traveling the country. Our first city, we went and we featured Shea Hillenbrand. So we got to hear Shea's story. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the stories with you, what I learned, and then how you can apply it in your life. So Shea Hillenbrand, he was a guy that made $20 million in his career. He's a two-time All-Star. Top of his game, he left because he was miserable. He said he never stopped once to realize he was a multimillionaire. He didn't care. He got the checks. He hated his life. It was just baseball. He left. He bought a zoo. He literally bought a zoo. No joke. I can't make this up. He bought a zoo, and within 3 or 5 years, he lost everything. Lost everything. His wife left him. He was living out of his van. And he realized all these people envied him, and he had nothing. And he realized, what was it for? But what he did is he made a change in his life, and what he realized is his story can help other people. So what he did is he started speaking. He started helping kids. He loved working with kids. This is one of that we're actually filming, playing some baseball, helping some kids. When we were in Scottsdale, we were able to put an event together for the Boys and Girls Club, which is a special place in my heart, just being able to help these kids. He spoke. We raised money. We ended up raising close to $40,000 in a couple weeks. We put this event together. We had like 130 people there. Majority of them were Keller Williams agents. Thank you, by the way. Round of applause for you. So we did this, and with this team up here was a big part of helping us in Scottsdale, raise a lot of money and create a great episode. But through that, I learned share your story with the world. We all have a story, and people buy into stories. For thousands of years, people have been following stories. Religions, everything, you name it. If you can tell a great story and be a great communicator and share your story with others, trust me, there's people out there that can relate to it, and they will buy to you because of your story. I love these people. I love these guys. I mean, come on. They raised, what, $200,000 last year for KW Cares? Tonight it's going to be $250,000. Can you give me a hell yeah? So success is using your resources to show you care. So this team, we went here in Austin, Texas. We got to meet with them. And wow, if you want to watch a team that is doing some great things, we got to see firsthand. We spent a couple months with them here in Austin, Texas. We got to see, Samantha and I got to see behind the scenes that we were actually seeing how they did their scripts, how they talked to people online. Like, it was amazing, the conversations they had. They practice. And they were like a team. It reminded me of, actually right here, they do this chant that when I played football, we would chant before we went on. They would do this every day before they would go in to sell a home, to do their calls. What are you doing with your team that's community, camaraderie? We ended up doing an event. We raised some money for Kane Cares. We went forward. We helped a home. That's them doing some painting. We did some floors. We went on and helped this family. And wow, that like brings tears to me. Those two, that elderly couple, that lady literally said, "You guys inspired me to go do things. You guys helped me. I'm so happy. This is one of the best things that happened to me. One of the best days of my life." Why? Because about 20, 30 people said, we're going to donate our next 2 days to helping this family. So what I learned from Ricky and Cody K was this: build a team and use your resources to give back. You can only do so much as one person, but if you build a team, together you can go far. And once you go far, please give back. Give back to your community. This guy, David France, giving your life away. This guy was literally homeless for 7 months in Boston. He was homeless. He had nothing. He had a dream to start an orchestra. Most people would give up and go home because they're too proud to sleep behind an aquarium or on the streets. He wasn't. He was dedicated. He was motivated. We got to see him. He literally, like 10 feet from there is where he slept. He had meetings with billionaires during the day to get advice, and he slept behind an aquarium at night. This is no joke. I can't make this up. This guy played in the subway to pay his rent and to help support his orchestra. Through his work, he was able to get 28 instruments donated, and these instruments are not cheap, get a location donated, and people to donate their time to do this. He has one of the top orchestras in the country. He did not take no for an answer. He thought big. He had a dream, and he didn't stop. He made it happen. What I learned from this guy was this: you can do a lot with a little. Whether you're just starting out as an agent or you have a big team, from day 1 to day 6 years in, always be resourceful. Bootstrap. Be resourceful. Be creative. If he can create an orchestra in Boston with literally no money, you can do anything. Literally. So we left Boston after learning like he was homeless and being resourceful. Sam and I went and we sold our house. This is 2 months ago. We sold our house. We sold 99% of our things. We literally sold everything. We were all in. We went all in. Our one thing was to show we're all in on this. You have to burn the bridges and not look back. So we sold our house, and then we went to Denver to share stories of women. So we met with these women who all have great stories, and they use their stories to help other women, inspire other women, and empower them to become better. My big takeaway from this, and this is where they were sharing in a circle their story and everything they had gone through. The biggest takeaway, and honestly, the most I can take away and learn from is my fiance. I'm talking about her a lot, but here's the thing. She has done amazing things, and she has made me better. And if you have a significant other, you probably know what this is. If they're not making you better, you're in the wrong relationship. At 13 years old, she was a gymnast. She was a gymnast, and she was at the top of her class. At 13 years old, she got addicted to meth. She was introduced to meth through a friend, well, considered a friend at that time. Her life took a whirlwind. After being in that for a year, she got out, and then she jumped into an 8-year abusive relationship. Abuse mentally in every which way. And one day, she said, I'm not going to do this anymore. She got up, and she left. And she never looked back. She literally left everything. And going from being addicted to drugs to going into an 8-year abusive relationship where somebody doesn't tell you that they care about you and they treat you like shit, and then you get up and leave. The reason why I tell you this story is because of this. Your past can drive your future. Your past can drive your future. You can either use your past as a crutch, or you can use it to fuel you to become more successful. So whatever your past is, whatever happened in your life, you can get through it. Use that to empower others. Tell your story. So as I finish up here and I look at what I'm looking ahead in my future, when I look at the journey ahead, it's a journey. I'm always thinking bigger. And one thing you can take away from all this is think bigger. Always be thinking bigger and just keep going. Napoleon Hill says, your greatest successes are beyond your greatest failures. Your greatest successes are beyond your greatest failures. If you have things going wrong, it's a sign that something's about to happen that's good. You just keep going. You just have to keep going. And when you think big, like Grant Cardone says, he's 10Xing. Who's a Grant Cardone fan in here? Yeah. 2 years ago, I had the honor to go on his show and talk about two alphas having an interview together. It was interesting. You can find it online. But Grant Cardone made me think bigger too. Think bigger, because when you 10X your thoughts and your life, you get 10X results. When we started this journey for success in your city, we had a vision to go to 12 cities in 12 months and film 12 episodes. That was our vision. We shot for the stars. Did we make it happen? No. We hit 5 cities. We were in Scottsdale, Arizona, Austin, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, Denver, Colorado, and now we're filming in a month in Nashville, Tennessee. Who here's from Nashville? Yeah. Hey, all of you, we're going to be hanging out soon. So because of that, you know, we shot for the stars, we landed on the moon. But now I measured my success. I know what I'm capable of. Within the next 4 years, I plan to go to all 50 states. So if you're in one of those states, and you want to be a part of something big, I plan on talking to you afterwards. Tell the world what you want, and it'll grant you your wish. Tell the world what you want, and it'll grant you your wish. When you tell people what you want, and you actually believe in it, people will follow you and they will help you. Before I end it here, I'm going to show you a video and I'll leave one last note.
Samantha and I have traveled all over the country. We've been to Scottsdale, Arizona, came here to Austin, Texas, been to Denver, Colorado, even Boston, Massachusetts, and we've met so many amazing people. We've helped people. We've raised money for the Boys and Girls Club. With your help, we were able to raise $36,384. We've renovated homes for Kane Cares and gave back to the community. It's given back to us, given us so much. We look at success so differently now. Through this, we've been able to create masterminds that help different real estate agents. And even now, we've helped different real estate agents through their marketing, through telling their story through video, and to be a part of something more than just selling houses. It's actually part of a show that is redefining the meaning of success, but helping people in different communities across the country.
It's not just about selling real estate, it's about helping people in the community and people that we care about.
I think success in your city is going to be a success in your city.
To be able to connect with people and to share this experience and to see what we were able to accomplish in a few weeks when you have the right people around is amazing.
I would love to invite you to be a part of this because we're so deeply passionate about what we're doing and how we're having people look differently about what success really means. Through this journey, we can create awesome things and inspire the next generation to do things with their life. So if you'd like to be a part of this, please go to successinyourcity.com. We hope to see you soon.
So as I end this, I always believe if you believe in what you're doing, you share your vision with the world, and I invite you to join me in some way as we travel the country. And I'll end on believe in yourself. You know, if you don't believe in yourself, people can't believe in you. When I started 5, 6 years ago, when I was just getting started and saying my visions, I believed in my subconscious. I believed in everything that I said. And because of that, I was able to attract people to help me. I was able to attract sales. I was able to see my results because I believed in myself. So you have to believe in yourself first. The next one is whatever the mind can conceive and believe the mind can achieve. Every single day I say this chant. I say a warrior chant and I say what my goals are, but I say whatever the mind can conceive and believe the mind can achieve. Whatever you think about the most is what you become. Your thoughts become your reality. When you say it constantly, you actually start believing in yourself. So please believe in yourself. Go out there, sell some homes, have some fun, and create great things and become unforgettable because life is too short not to. I'm Brandon T. Adams. Thank you, everybody.